Hey y'all, so we went through a shit ton of trials and tribulations setting up our studio and even had to get new mics. So this episode's audio will not be as crisp and smexy as episode 1, but I do apologize in advance, ho. But this episode is really good, so I hope you guys enjoy it and get some cool insight. Bye!
This the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, rock, top, top.
Welcome back to another episode of the Petty Headquarters, where we talk about all things ratchet, reality TV, celebrity drama. I am your host, Tiana Tamika fucking Lot, and this is
Jesse Strange,
the
the co-host. Episode number 2, baby.
We're about to get deep. So this is our weekly dose of mess. So let's just spill some tea and get right into it. But first, before we get into it, we're going to let you guys know the topics that we have coming in. So for number 1, we have Judy J versus Natalie Nunn.
Okay, we're starting off with that.
Right.
Starting off
Right. And for number 2, we have Blac Chyna and her reformation on her spiritual and healing journey. And then for number 3, coming in hot, we have the Ice Spice Hate Train.
Yes.
So let's get into the first topic about Judy J and Natalie Nunn.
The tea's gonna get hot today.
The tea's gonna get hot today. Okay, so let's get into it.
Okay.
First and foremost, Judy J, if you don't know who that is, she's an original bad girl that was on Oxygen on season 7, Bad Girls Club, as well as season 13. You know, she's a fan favorite. Everyone loves her still, I guess, to this day. And we all know who Natalie Nunn is. To this day, we all know who she is. She's making a bag. She was on original OG Bad Girls Club season 4 and still doing it big with Zeus Network. And clearly, them two have some weird beef, and it goes back years, actually.
Years, yeah. So I didn't know anything about Judy J, and this whole thing with Tiana hit me up like, yo, I just saw Judy J post some crazy stuff online. So I had no idea what was going on. So of course I had to do my research. And it was very interesting how far back the tea goes. They have beef.
So we're going to start with the first thing that I realized that was shady. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, if you don't know the song Endless with Lil Uzi Vert, it's Lil Uzi Vert, right? Yeah, it's Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah.
And Nicki Minaj. Obviously, a song came out. Nobody cares about the song. People only care about the part where Nicki actually mentions Nicki mentions Natalie Nunn's fucking name on the track. So obviously Natalie blew that shit up. And that song was released on June 30th. That song was released. Natalie was hyping it up. But then on July 3rd at like 12:46 a.m., Judy is throwing shots and throwing shade and making all these weird posts online. Let me pull up the receipts because she deleted it the next day.
Yo, Tiana took screenshots.
She deleted it the next day. Right. So she posted, again, 12:46 a.m., 1 a.m. Like, why are you up worried about Natalie? But okay. So she posted, maybe it was because I didn't pretend to be ghetto, crying emoji. And then the caption said, or maybe it was because I didn't say Black women had gorilla noses. Maybe because I didn't say Black women were too Black. Maybe because I don't sell my kitty cat. Or maybe it was I wasn't an advocate for domestic violence. Or maybe it was because I'm actually talented. Maybe it's because I'm not riding on coattails. Maybe things I will never know. Heartbroken with a broken heart emoji.
She was definitely in her bag.
She was in her bag. And these were like back-to-back posts. And the next post was like her posting a picture of Nicki Minaj with the voodoo doll.
Yeah.
With the voodoo doll.
Yeah.
Again, July 3rd, right when Natalie is hyped about the line that Nicki mentioned. You know, okay, cool. So she posted that. And the caption was, team Nicki Minaj forever. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
girl. And then she posted like threads of pictures of like how Nicki reached out to her in 2018 and all this stuff and on Twitter. And it's just kind of like, okay, Judy, I love you, but like you're dragging it. Like you look bitter. You sound salty because what? Natalie was mentioned by Nicki Minaj on a track. Like you sound fucking salty. What are you doing up at 12? I don't know if you're in LA. I don't know if you're in LA or whatever, but I'm in East New York, and to me, it was 12:46, 1 in the morning. You're posting back-to-back shady posts.
Either way, if it was in California, it was like 8:46.
Like,
Why are you at 8:46 thinking about Natalie Nunn?
Why are you thinking about Natalie so bad? And then she posted a screenshot of when she was on her season, Bad Girls Club New Orleans. Was that season 7? Yes.
Yeah.
And she posted a screenshot of that. And then the caption was, best season ever for so many reasons. And again, these are back-to-back posts. So now I'm just kind of like, girl, what are you doing? And we all know Judy J was also on Baddies ATL.
Mm-hmm.
The first season that ever dropped on Zeus Network, Judy was on there. And her and Natalie obviously has some beef. And I know you said like going back to like years and years.
So when I was doing my research, right, because I was really confused as to why this Judy J girl was like so upset by Natalie Nunn. Like I know Natalie Nunn, don't know who the hell Judy J is.
No, she knows who she is.
No, I'm saying I didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know.
I didn't know.
Okay.
So like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out this girl. So then I start getting down getting down the rabbit hole of who the hell Judy J is. So yeah. The beef goes back all the way to when they were doing Baddies Atlanta and even before Zeus Network. I was watching an interview, which I have a clip I want to bring up at a certain point because I needed to develop my opinion on this whole thing, like see what the hell, is going on. And it turns out like before Zeus Network was pitched Baddies or whatever, there was a DM from all the bad girls, like OG bad girls. What was it, like Red? Natalie Nunn was in there. Judy J, a lot of fan favorites. Tanisha. They were all in this DM basically saying, "Oh, Blueface." This is when Blueface had his YouTube reality TV.
This was a group chat.
This was a group chat on Instagram. And so basically, they were like, "Oh, Blueface is making millions off of our blueprint. This is like crazy. Like how we need to figure out a way to make money because we never made this much money on Bad Girls Club." So
yeah, he had Blue Girls Club.
Yeah, something like that. So they were saying like that was the blueprint and he was just following it. And then they were saying how like, oh, he just made it more ratchet.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is what he did. And he turned it up. And that was where the money was. So that's when they were talking about Baddies ATL. And this was before Zeus Network had picked up Baddies.
Right.
So this beef goes back. But then I guess Natalie was taking like because somebody from Zeus went to college with Natalie. So that.
Wow.
So, yeah. That's
okay.
So that's
connections. Networking.
So Judy J already was like, I already knew that, Natalie was going to be, one of like the preferred or like, just people that they were going to be loyal to.
Right.
They were going to be loyal to Natalie. And so Natalie had wanted to make it about, OnlyFans girls, bottle girls, very sexualized, very ghetto, very ratchet, because again, Blueface was doing that and it was selling.
So let me pause right there because Judy had also posted on her story, and I think this was like the next day or so or a while back. I don't remember the time frame, but Judy had posted something along the lines of, oh, Baddies ATL was supposed to be like Real Housewives of Atlanta. That was the vibe. I guess that was the pitch Natalie gave them because I remember Megan James, that was also an original bad girl from Oxygen, had said the same thing. It was going to be more like us get into the bag. They always get to the bag.
Yeah.
Real Housewives. It was going to be more mature, I guess, which is what they were saying.
Well, that's what she was saying, that this was, she wanted it to be like, oh, we're grown now. We're a little bit more mature.
Who wanted it to be like that? Judy.
And, was trying to show like, I'm not that crazy girl that, that you guys once saw, but we're still getting our money. But instead, it's what you see now kind of to this day where like girls are talking about getting the bag but not really doing anything.
Right.
And then she felt disrespected in Baddies ATL because they gave her like the shitty room and they were treating Tanisha like she was like an OG, but Judy J was too, and
that's true.
Didn't get treated like one.
That's
and
true.
She felt like Natalie was low key being shady towards her because of that.
Right.
But I think that was the point.
Right. That was the point. And that's the thing too. Like Judy talked about that too. Like when they were like filming for Baddies ATL, there would be times where they didn't even start filming until 9 p.m.
Yes.
Because of Natalie and her whole glam team, and that all the other girls wasn't able to use the glam team. And it was just like this weird tension. So of course they have beef. And there's also a video. Obviously, like if you know about Natalie Baddies, if you're up to date, there is a video of Judy and Natalie having discussion and going back and forth where I guess I would call it a discussion, but it was low-key an argument, a little bicker, I guess. But Judy was like, oh, didn't you say the whole gorilla noses thing? And then Natalie was like, I never said that. Judy, I never said that. And then literally a clip pulls up of like, of course, Natalie Nunn is on Bad Girls Club. Like it's in 4K, bitch. Well, I guess not 4K at the time, but still, bitch, we got you on camera saying that. And then you're literally circling Portia's nose. Like, let's be real. But she said that instead of Baddies being like housewives, it was just like a show full of clowns.
Yeah.
What she said. And I remember, I don't know where she said this. I don't know if she was in an interview or what, but she did say at some point that, oh, she was talking a lot of shit about Natalie. And I think this was last year, either 2021 or 2022. She was talking shit about Natalie like, oh, nobody likes you. Like, you're not even a fan favorite. Like, talking so much shit. She was like, you're not this loved bad girl. That's what she said. Those are her exact words. It's so funny.
And I think where Judy J's got it all twisted, because now I'm going to give you my opinion on her. Because, like, here's how she likes to look at herself, right? Which she likes to hold herself to a standard where she's like, well, I'm more than just a reality TV star. I'm on my little show. What's that movie that she's on? Hold on, I have it right here. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know what show she's on, but I guess if you're a fan, you know it.
What's it called? Oh my gosh, it's called The Stacy Story, Hell in My Life. And she was also on Raven's Cravings, a Be More Love thing. I don't know where you can find those. Okay?
I don't know where you find them.
There are movies that exist.
Was it on
Tubi? No, but here's what she likes to say. She likes to say, oh, I've been on more than just I want to branch out. I'm professional. She likes to hold herself.
But Judy, you represented yourself on Bad Girls Club as the drunk. Let's be real. That was your role.
100%. And so I want to play this clip because here's where my opinion on Judy starts to change. Because at first I was like, all right, so she was trying to branch out from the Bad Girls Club. She wants to show that she's more than that. I respect that, which is why her saying, oh, Baddies ATL was a clown fest, because she wanted it to be more like Housewives, more professional.
But Housewives is still ratchet.
Right. But
just older.
Right.
You know?
That was the vibe she was going for, which I can see, like more established, more calmer, but still catty. I get that. But then you go back and you listen to something like this. So in the interview, right, she said this, I'm going to play the clip.
Okay.
Because you haven't heard this.
Okay.
So then I can send this to you.
Okay.
You know, partying with Zeus and stuff, when the cameras went on, everybody had a blast. Sydney too. You know, like everybody is fun. I just feel like what I realized is that, okay, Natalie wants to be a reality star. That's it. For instance, like I did an event with Tiffany Pollard and I love me some New York, period. And we were up chit-chatting and kikiing and drinking champagne all night after our event. And we were really talking about some serious stuff. And New York is very smart, just like Paris Hilton. Everybody thinks she's like this dumb blonde. Paris Hilton is a genius. You know, I think that Natalie just, you know, wants to be a reality star and she kind of knows the role that she plays, you know, so when people be like, Natalie, let Bad Girls Club go, like I let it go. Like so many people be in the comments like, Judy's holding on for Bad Girls Club. No, I'm not. I do so much other stuff outside of Bad Girls Club. It's not my fault that I'm still very much relevant in the Bad Girls Club world. You know, like I just did Baddies. My season is on Hulu. A whole new generation is in tune to me now. Like it's not my fault that I am very much still relevant in that world. That doesn't mean like I'm not letting it go. Anybody can go to my Instagram and see I am letting it go. I've let it go. Mm-hmm. But with Natalie, I feel like she's gonna ride this till the wheels fall off. You know what I mean? Like this is who she wants to be. She wants to be like New York, who is going to be a reality TV star.
Judy, I'm sorry, but you sound like a hater.
Right.
Like, I love you, but you sound salty. You sound bitter. You sound like a hater. And it's like you said you let it go. How old is that recording?
I think it's like a year ago.
A year ago.
I think it was
a year ago. 2022. Yeah. We're in 2023 and you're still posting shady posts on Instagram about Natalie, right, who doesn't care about you, who posts Fendi, Louis Vuitton in her walk-in closet, so bitch. Like,
this is where I was going with. So I think Judy's got it twisted. One, she's a hypocrite because she's riding the bandwagon and she's probably upset and bitter because this was literally a hypocritical comment right here. To say that you're not trying to be a bad girl and trying to separate yourself and yada, 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 yet you're crying online 1 year later about how maybe it wasn't because of this. You're upset because Natalie doesn't want you, which is fine. Number two, I get it. You were a fan favorite, but at the end of the day, it's not about being the fan favorite. It's about who's making the money moves. At the end of the day, Natalie don't gotta be liked. She's still executive producer. She's still bringing out the money.
She's still relevant. Let's talk about it.
She's still bringing a bag, bro, and the biggest bag out of all of them bad girls. And it sounds like you're a hater. When I heard that interview, I was like, wow, you're really a hypocrite right now because literally 1 year later, look at you. You're crying at 12:46. What was it?
12:46 a.m.
about how I guess they must have denied you or something.
Right, because it sounds like you want to be back on Baddies and maybe allegedly Natalie said no to you.
Right.
Allegedly.
And you know, it's kind of funny because Judy in the same interview ends up saying like she knows that Natalie wasn't trying to like have them on there forever. She was just trying to get it started with Popular, which is the best business move. With the OG baddies, started off and then eventually get young girls who are willing to act up for the bag and be personalities and be the new bad girls.
Right. For sure.
You know?
For sure. And honestly, I just feel like, girl, give it up.
I thought you was more than just a reality TV star.
And that's the thing. Like, you say you're more than this, but you want to be back on Baddies, allegedly. And now, because you got denied, now you're crying at like 12:36 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Girl.
And listen, we are just basing it off of how you're acting. Like, you know, it's like, if it's different, then say something. But at the end of the day, you just looking a little bitter and a little upset.
Salty.
You're not making the money off
Salty. The name.
The name.
Because like that's how you started. That's where your fans came from.
Yup. You're just upset because you didn't see it.
Right. But to sit there and say, oh, Natalie wants to be this reality TV star. Do you not want to be the same? Like, do you not want to be the same? Because honestly, at this point, it's just not making no sense.
It's not
mathing, bitch. It's not fucking adding up. Like, nothing is making sense because you are just salty.
Salty, for sure.
At 12:46 a.m., 1 in the morning, making shady posts about Natalie, and then the next day you delete that post.
Yeah.
That's the thing too, because I was on it. I took my screenshots and then the next day you deleted it. So it's like, what's really
her
tea,
PR
sis?
team told her to get that
get it on. So that is basically all I have to say about Judy. I feel like she's salty and bitter in conclusion. And
and I'm curious to know what everyone thinks. Like if anybody like, you know, has a different opinion.
Right.
I wanna know what the Judy J fans gotta say in their defense. Because I really tried to be open-minded. And then I heard the hypocrisy and I was just like, all right.
But there was someone that actually, when she posted the shady post that I read, that long, lengthy post at 12:46 a.m., there was a fucking fan that commented, Judy, stop, LOL.
I did see that.
And she said, no, LOL. And I'm like...
She responded?
She responded.
Oh, man.
And I feel like she may see this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's okay, Judy. I love you, but like, I'm here to tell you straight up that you're being bitter. And it's okay, but you need to let it go. Let it go. Because it sounds like you haven't let it go. You need to let it go. Okay, so
or branch off.
branch off.
Figure out the
Now
money.
that's TV. Now that's TV. Go over there. But since you say you don't want to be in that ghetto ratchet shit, then maybe Now That's TV is not for you. So with that being said, I'm done talking about this. We are going to segue into the next topic, which is about Blac Chyna. Now, Blac Chyna has been a very controversial topic in the media. She also had her own show on Zeus Network, and
Did she really?
she did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Where Life of China, I don't remember, but it was basically about her life,
Her and her mom.
showcasing her, with her son, and trying to what's that word, co-parent.
Okay. With the Kardashian.
Yeah, but he
Dad.
wasn't on there. Rob Kardashian.
Rob.
He wasn't on there. But basically, the show just showcases her life is where she is, and I guess trying to be more positive for herself. But her trying to go to therapy.
So it's a positive. It's not like the other ones.
No, it's not like that. It's just basically about her life and showcasing more positive lights, and her trying to change her life, but her mother, that toxicity. So with that being said, we all know who Blac Chyna is. She dated Tyga, has a kid with Tyga, dated Rob Kardashian, has a kid with him, and was a video vixen, has done a lot of things. And now, but not now, but she has been on this new spiritual and healing journey, and she's going through a whole reformation. Mm-hmm. She's got her doctorate
since May of 2022.
Okay.
That's when she got baptized.
Okay.
After she got baptized, she was like on this whole new spiritual journey.
She removed the tattoo. She removed all these surgical modifications.
Yeah.
Fillers, all this stuff. She even deleted her OnlyFans.
She did?
She did.
Mm-hmm. She goes by Angela White.
Yes,
her real name.
She is using Angela White now. Mm-hmm. And I just feel a little conflicted because I love this for her. Don't get me wrong, I love this. But however, you were at a Baddies East audition.
Right. That's how this
crying out. And this is exactly how this came out. Because this would not even be a conversation if you weren't at the Baddies East audition.
Right. We were watching the Baddies East audition and we saw Blac Chyna and her mom there. And we get it. Her mom is her mom. She's very fitting for that. We get it. But Blac Chyna, after this whole ordeal about, being a new person or whatever, or this whole spiritual journey, being on the Baddies audition, it was a little weird.
And you know what? Because obviously she's gonna be there. Obviously, because she's there, that's how you know she may make an appearance or be on the show. Because why else would you be at the audition saying, yes, Blac Chyna, let me get a fucking ticket. Like, you know what I mean? The same way Mariah Lynn was at the auditions and just walked up and got her ticket.
Yes, guys, we know that Blac Chyna is not going to be on Baddies East. We recorded this episode way before they even dropped the cast members. So, yeah.
Because it's like, they choose these girls first, but they still have them audition.
They still give like one or two.
Just to show face.
I feel like you do get that one or two from
one
the
or two. Right. Like Razor and Biggie.
Right.
A waste of space on Razor, but we're not even going to talk about that right now.
For a different day.
Right, for sure. So I just feel like, Blac Chyna, Angela White, you are entering on this whole healing journey and your walk with God. You felt like you lost yourself, which is why you felt like you needed a change. You got baptized. You got your doctorate in religious liberal studies.
Wow.
It's
pretty intense.
Yeah. Religious liberal arts.
Okay.
Is what she got her doctorate in. And I just feel like, going through this whole spiritual and healing journey within self, why would you join the Baddies East auditions? Now that brings up a question because I know on her interview with Carisha Please, she did say that, even though she has changed she's on the journey. I wouldn't say she's changed. She's on the journey. We all know that takes time. That's like a daily practice thing. She said that, for brand purposes, she's still Blac Chyna when it comes to the brand, when it comes to business. But then she also has other ventures and other businesses that have to do with her healing journey and have to do with Angela White. So now I just feel like I don't get it.
Yeah. I feel like because they're two very opposites.
Right.
And I feel like I can understand it though, because Blac Chyna is on a spiritual journey. So I feel like when you're on a journey trying to get to know yourself again, you're kind of conflicted yourself, because you know the brand that works, you know the brand that brings you money, you know the brand that has this already built years and years of Blac Chyna being, you know, establishing her name. You know, when you see Blac Chyna, it's like that energy, you know, that ratchety, you know. Now she's trying to figure out who her real self is, Angela White. And I feel like eventually we're going to see. Right now we're watching the transition, which is why you feel conflicted, because I feel like she feels conflicted too and doesn't want to let go of that. But I also feel like one day we're going to see what you're going to have to choose, because then either way, you can't live both lives. It doesn't make sense, because like, even if she does make an appearance on Baddies, which I didn't even think about, I don't think it's good for her spiritual journey.
I agree.
It will bring you to a place that you either are triggered or brought back to those old ways that you didn't even think you'd get there. And all that healing, because honestly, at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, reality TV is juicy when it's dramatic, right? And it's drama, right? So it's like you're setting yourself up to kind of have a setback, right? I think she needs to tread lightly.
That's why I was so confused
on that.
Like, right.
But here's the thing with Blac Chyna. So when I was watching an interview on her, she was saying how, like, the reason why she's going so hard on the fact that, like, you know, getting rid of all the tattoos and all the fillers and stuff is because she didn't do it from a place of, I'm confident, I just want to be better. She did it from a place of, I'm insecure, so I need to feel better about myself. So she used a lot of cosmetic surgeries to make herself feel better.
Right.
Now, being older and noticing that, she said that she started realizing a lot of this when obviously she was getting baptized. She was like going through shit.
Right.
But also when she started losing weight.
Okay.
She started to see the fillers more. And she started saying, like, that's not cute. That's not who I am. And so
you're getting older too.
Right.
Right.
And you're starting to see things differently.
Right.
So I feel like that was why her changes were so drastic, because at the end of the day, she started to realize, oh shit, like, there's a lot of things that I need to work on that a lot of this external stuff isn't gonna, like, fix. Right. My own good habits are gonna fix that. And I feel like right now she's trying to, like, figure out where to take it, because I can't imagine being an artist, have developed this whole brand of being controversial, being toxic as hell, being crazy, and then having a realization when you get older. Just in general, I think we all do. I mean, if you're constantly growing, the older you get, the wiser you are. Right. I just can't imagine not knowing that this brand built me this much wealth, and now I got to figure out something that's totally, it doesn't fit my lifestyle anymore. Right. So I think that's kind of what we're watching. However, it's very easy to go back to your old habits by being on Baddies East.
Right. And that's going to make you money.
Right.
So that's where I just feel a little conflicted, because it's like, and I'm sure, like you said, she does too, but it's like, you know, you are on this journey. You know, the journey never really ends. And it's kind of like, you want to be Angela White, but then you use Blac Chyna for brand purposes, but then you deleted your OnlyFans. So, I mean, I can see the deleting the OnlyFans part could probably be too much. I can see that.
She don't need
that.
She don't need so that. Popular.
Exactly. I can see that. But I do feel like you said, like, being or making any type of presence or anything on Baddies East can easily trigger and go back into those old habits, because it's like, again, it's ratchet TV at the end of the day. It's drama. You're gonna be exposed to some shit, whether it's staged or not. You already know producers be shady, Natalie be shady. And it's just one of those things where if something happens, something happens.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Nobody likes boring.
Nobody likes fucking Bad Boys, fucking the new episodes of fucking Bad Boys Sexist. It's trash. Like, I was sucking Jonathan's dick a little too hard for me. A little too hard. Nobody wants to see that.
No,
Nobody wants to see that trash.
As much as we,
Fuck that.
as we, as crazy as it sounds, but like that's the branding. That's the branding. So it's like we come here to see drama, and that's why I think Angela White needs to be careful and needs to tread lightly. And I can understand both ends. However, I can't stand the media dragging it. I would hate as a person, because look, you know me, I am not who you see in the screen to this day. I used to have those bad habits. I used to drink a lot. I used to be a mess. And if I had a camera on me and had a brand to continue, like what I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I would hate that. And then the media all covering it. Talking about Blac Chyna, got rid of this, got rid of that. You should be like this. See, ladies, this is an example
oh my God.
of what blah blah blah. What happens when you do that? Bro,
I hate that shit. I'm not gonna hold you. Like when she first came out talking about this whole new journey for herself and for her healing, I really did not like how the media, mostly men, felt the fucking need to come on the internet. Obviously, it's your freedom of speech, but like, this is my freedom of speech too, so I'm gonna talk my shit. So it's like y'all really came on here and was like, you see, ladies, take notes. You all need to be like this. You all need to be like that. And it's like, bro, that's her journey.
Right.
Leave that alone. That is her journey. How about you find a woman that wants to do that? You go out there and find a woman with those standards. Don't fucking force that on all ladies just because we got a pussy. And get the fuck out of here.
And not for nothing. There are women out there that are very confident, know what they want.
Right.
And they still get lip fillers and stuff like that. Like, it just matters on your mental state when you're doing it.
Right.
While you're doing it. And if you're doing it to fulfill your insecurities, that's going to catch up to you.
Right.
Hence, Blac Chyna has now realized that. It catches up to you at the end. We all get old. We all start looking crazy. And your fake procedures do start showing. But if you do it from a place, you do it. If you do it but if you do it from a healthy place, you're not gonna sit there and regret it the way other people do. Like removing your tattoos, I'll tell you something. I live life and I've done a lot of tattoos, and maybe I wish I would have gone to a better artist. But like at the end of the day, I'm not removing any of it. Like I live because I know
you had a purpose.
Yeah,
you had a reason. You knew exactly why you had a meaning behind every single tattoo you got.
Exactly. Maybe not the funds. That's just why they look crazy. But it's like at the end of the day, I was for sure
there was meaning
moment
there
of time that there was purpose. Not trying to fill a void of trying to look cool,
right?
Trying to be this and that.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So I felt like people were jumping on that bandwagon, and I felt bad because like people were like, Blac Chyna, what happened? Was there a specific moment in life that made you want to do this? And sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes it's as simple as, like she said, getting healthier and realizing when she was slimming down.
And she said she felt like she lost herself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That too.
She did say that.
And on your journey of eating healthier and fucking slimming down, you start to see that. You're like, damn, this isn't me. I'm looking in the mirror and I see my fillers. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never thought, like, just imagine you spend thousands of dollars on fillers and you start losing weight, getting your life together, and that's what you see?
Oh my God.
I'd be tight.
Oh my God.
I'd be tight. I can relate. You know me. I used to be big, and if I'm looking, if I see my fillers, I'd get rid of them too. I get rid of them. Hell no. Looking like lumps on your body.
All right. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, so one thing I do notice about Blac Chyna, though, aka Angela White, like, while we're talking about her, a lot of the times when you see her in interviews, and also when she had her show on Zeus Network, she says a lot of nothing.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
She don't say
nothing,
bro. And I'm just like, oh, she deaf still on her journey because Shorty don't know how to communicate. Shorty don't know how to communicate. And that's one thing I realized. I'm like, yo, I'm watching her in interviews. Even when she had that session with the therapist, oh my God. It was like pulling teeth.
For sure.
Like, I feel like there has been a little bit of growth on the communication, especially with her doing all these interviews and, her talking with Carisha. But even in the interview with Carisha, Carisha was asking her mad questions and she literally wasn't saying nothing.
Yeah.
Or she was asking her a question instead of answering the question. And I'm just like, yo, like, Angela, talk.
Yeah,
like,
I ain't gonna hold you. It was like an hour and a
it's
half.
like
The
pulling
interview.
fucking teeth with her.
The interview I watched, the girl asked the same question
over and over
strategically,
and
like,
over.
differently every time,
Yup.
and it was the same thing.
Yup. The
I'm
same
just on
thing.
a journey.
Yup.
Like, what, girl?
Yep. But I feel like she does that with everybody. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
everybody. And it's just like, damn, you ain't getting nothing out of that woman. Like, you're not getting nothing out of her. Like, I'm just like, you really don't say shit.
No.
Even Carisha was like really pressing her, like really trying to like ask her, like, yo, like, what's up? Like, and she really straight faced, not answering nothing. Honestly, I'm not gonna hold you. I would be scared to interview Blac Chyna, aka Angela White.
Would you really?
I would be scared because I feel like she's intimidating. Like, and you know me, I don't say that about a lot of people,
Yeah,
but I feel like
that's
she
crazy.
is intimidating. Like, it's the eyes. Like, it already look like she gonna fucking bite you or something. It gonna look like she gonna pounce on you and fight you if you say the wrong thing. She look like she will kill you. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Even the way she was looking at Carisha, like, I knew like the energy was all fine and dandy in the interview, but she be looking like she wanna fight, bro.
Nah, I'm weak.
And then you don't know until she smiles. And I'm like, you know what? I should get it because I have a bitch face too.
I was gonna say, you're kind of describing yourself there.
All right. I have a resting bitch face, but I feel like with Blac Chyna, bro, yo, she be looking so mad, especially when you be asking her a question. She be looking like, oh, why you asking me this question again? Why you asking? Like, I would be like, damn, I would do the same thing, strategically ask the same question differently, but she's so used to it and she already don't open up. She not gonna answer.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, you really don't say shit.
For sure. But I'm honestly happy for her. I think her toning down on everything looks good on her.
But why are you joining Baddies East?
That's a question.
That's the question.
That's the question we need to know. Honestly.
That is the question.
And if you are, be careful. This is your warning. You heard it here first. The petty headquarters have warned you. They will bring you down to a level that is very triggering.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, you got to be mentally prepared to go into a situation like that. You either have to be in that environment already,
Or
so
be
you're
healed.
used to it.
I think you have to be healed completely.
That's true.
Not in the middle of your journey.
Right. I agree.
You know, like,
but I feel like if you're healed completely, would you even want to do that?
right. That's the question.
And would it even feel good to even do that? Or like, would you be able to do that?
I'm not gonna hold you. All the interviews, because I've been, getting more into the baddies stuff and like OG Bad Girls Club. A lot of them say the same thing. This environment can bring you to places that you thought you outgrew.
Yep.
And then things happen. People are weird. People are shady. And producers set you up to be stressed out, not to be, they purposely put you in a bunk bed. They purposely put you in a room where it's like, it's meant to stress you out. It's meant to piss you off because that's where the drama starts. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Like, I don't know. So one thing I do know is that her mother, Tokyo Toni, doesn't believe that her change is real.
But I don't trust anything that lady says. She prays for Blac Chyna's downfall, and I don't care
like it.
what she has to say. I'm here to make my own opinion. Her mother is probably a hater.
Of course, she hates on her daughter all the time.
She's already a hater, but I mean, more so, she's gonna hate even more when she realizes her daughter's starting to level up.
Yeah,
because a lot of those toxic environments, they want to keep you there.
Narcissistic, toxic mother, for sure.
They want to keep you there to make themselves feel better and to blame you for everything.
But who's asking Blac Chyna for money? Tokyo. Who's asking her for shit? Tokyo.
That's that toxic environment. And of course she's going to give it to her.
And then, she feels entitled. Her mother is one of those moms that feel entitled to everything that Blac Chyna has just because she is simply your mother. And you know how I feel about that.
Right.
I don't like that shit. And it's just like, I don't want to get too deep into that because that's a whole other topic. But just know that Tokyo Toni had an interview with Megan James on her podcast and said that she doesn't believe that Blac Chyna's change, aka Angela White's change, is real at all.
And not for nothing, I think also, what's her name? Tokyo Toni?
Tokyo. Tokyo. I don't care. Tokyo Toni. Yeah, Tokyo.
Her fucking name is. She is also the type to say something controversial to remain relevant to Blac Chyna and use her name, just like you know, like all these people, like Britney Spears and her family.
Yep.
Like she's even if she doesn't believe that, which honestly, I don't. Whatever she believes, I don't give a fuck because I don't believe anything she says anyway.
Right.
But I genuinely believe sometimes she'll just say shit just to be relevant and just to use her daughter's name. She knows it's gonna go viral. She knows all that. So it's like she's a controversial figure as well. Right. Which is where do you think? The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Right. But I'm very glad that Angela has started her journey and she wants to get out of that. I just feel like be careful joining Baddies East. It feels a little conflicting to be joining Baddies East.
I agree.
But I mean, do you? If you're going to be on the show, I'm excited to see what you bring to the show. But other than that, be careful and
we're here for your growth. Sis.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm here for that.
That's it.
I'm interested to see where this goes.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So moving in to our last topic, we are going to talk about someone who is very popular in the media. And if you don't know who this person is, then you're probably living under a rock. But we are going to talk about Ice motherfucking Spice.
Yeah.
But most importantly, we are going to talk about this weird Ice Spice hate train and about how people probably feel that she allegedly is an industry plant. Yep. So first, we're going to go into telling you guys what's the definition of an industry plant. So,
and if she fits that category.
If she fits the category, we're going to do a deep dive. So an industry plant is largely accepted. We'll hold this up. There we go. An industry plant is largely accepted to mean an artist who represents themselves as being independent and doing things on their own terms, but secretly has the industry backing and money to fund them and to artificially shape such a narrative. So, let's get into it.
Yeah, so Ice Spice, a.k.a. born and raised
in the Bronx.
Yes, her name is Isis Naija Gaston.
Hella Dominican.
Hella Dominican.
Hella Dominican.
Hella Dominican.
So we already know that Munch released in August 10th in 2022. And that was the time when Drake reached out to her, was in her DMs on that date and everything.
Well, let's take it back. Let's take it
further back.
We're taking it back.
Take it away.
Born and raised in the Bronx, right? And she started doing her thing back in 2021. So
yep, 2 years.
Very short career and very big, very quickly.
Right.
She went to a school, a university, a SUNY, where she met Riot USA.
Riot USA?
Yeah. So he was the producer who they met in school, where he was like, "Oh, I want to," because she was looking to branch off. She originally wanted to be an actress.
Wow.
Then she was like, you know what? She liked poetry.
Okay.
So she was like, oh, looking for a sound in music. And she met Riot, and Riot had connections because he was the son of Hot 97's DJ Enough. So this is where it gets interesting, because is she really an industry plant? So what happened was, here's her story. Here's the story. She, you know that song "Bust It" by that went viral on
Bust It,
Vine,
Bust It. TikTok.
Yeah.
You said Vine, girl. Yeah. Keep up with the times. Fucking get out.
That was crazy. All right. Anyways, moving forward. Yes. So she started gaining traction. Her video went viral. That was the first video that went viral on TikTok for her. This is before her music started.
Erica Banks.
Yes. Erica Banks. Exactly. So using that, she was in the process of finding her sound with the producer Riot USA. In that time, I guess that's when she started to make music and all that kind of trickled down very quickly. But that was what originally got her on the map on Instagram. I mean, on TikTok, online, was that song and that viral video.
Okay.
So here's my opinion. I feel like Riot USA definitely had connections.
Okay.
He absolutely had connections because of his father. And they heard a sound. She took that drill beat. She came up with like this whole different sound.
Munch.
Yes.
Okay.
And it became a TikTok hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, in my opinion, Ice Spice isn't that great, but she's great at marketing.
100%. You know what? Let me start by saying this. I like Ice Spice. I do. And you know what's crazy? When I first heard the song Munch, I was looking for it everywhere. It wasn't even released yet because I had heard a snippet of it on someone's beauty video. It was like a quick thing on Instagram, like an Instagram reel. And I was like, yo, what song is this? I was asking my friend, I'm like, what song is this? It's fire. She didn't know. She thought it was Bia at first. I'm like, bitch, this is not fucking Bia. Her voice too deep to be fucking Bia. So I'm looking for this shit. And then I finally go on YouTube and I finally see it. And I'm like, what? And then I literally was there when it was released. Because I think I had saw something on Instagram. And then it said, oh, link in bio. And then I clicked it. And I'm like, oh, this shit fire. So I'm like, okay, that nigga Munch. Bitch, my buddy, I give it up. Like, you thought I was feeling you? Period. You know, I like that shit. However, I just think it's kind of crazy that your song just premiered August 10th. That's Drake hit you up, flew you and your producer manager out, right? To his OVO show and all that stuff. And then on top of that, you just skyrocket. Like immediately, February 9th, you were in a whole Ivy Park campaign. Beyonce's team reached out to you. Like, what the you just came out August 10th. Like, what was that? 2022, right? Exactly. You just came out and then all of a sudden you're in an Ivy Park fucking campaign. Like it's insane. Then you met Kim Kardashian and Northwest and her dog, all that stuff.
Pretty wild.
Hanging out with Northwest. Northie's a kid. She obviously loves this stuff. She's always on TikTok with monitoring, of course, but she's always on TikTok. So of course she knows who Ice Spice is. But then it's like, then you were also in a Skims campaign. You were modeling with Skims. Now you're doing music with Nicki Minaj, Taylor Swift. First of all, you being on stage with Taylor Swift, that is a weird matchup because that's not even the same genre of music.
Right. You could tell that. Okay, so you could tell that her what is it?
Her team?
Record team. Who signed her? Whoever signed her. Whatever company signed her, which is 10K Productions or some shit like that. That's the name. Somewhere Riot is connected, okay?
Right.
So whoever signed her, I think that they're riding the wave, even though I heard the song. That song is trash.
With Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Okay.
That song is trash. I was like, ew.
They don't even have the same chemistry.
Right, but that's just, you could tell that it's them trying to just throw her everywhere and market the shit out of her.
They're really pushing her super hard.
While it matters.
What does that mean? While it matters.
Because they thought she was going to be a one-hit wonder, which honestly, not for nothing, there's nothing special about Ice Spice. The one thing she's got that, like, she's great. I love her sound. I love her sound. But one thing that was so strategic was her look.
The look was the most strategic part. Looking like Annie.
Right, literally. You don't see no redhead with a
curly fro, like.
So it's really her look, and then obviously it is her look. It raises, so whatever. We'll get to the controversial part later,
right? But
they're riding the wave because they thought she was a one-hit wonder, so they're like, "Fuck it, we're gonna put her out now, make her feel." Because it's like once this stops, it slows down.
Mm-hmm.
None of this is like a Justin Bieber thing. Once you started seeing him, you saw him everywhere. Right. It's like one of those things where they're like, fuck it. They see the opportunity. Even though it doesn't make sense, it doesn't matter because now you've exposed Ice Spice to Taylor Swift fans. And you never know how many you're going to convert.
Yeah. Taylor Swift has a huge fan base.
And not for nothing.
And that was definitely a marketing strategy, her performing with fucking Taylor Swift, because they don't even have the same sound.
No, and this also raises the controversial thing of skin color. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, there were a lot of...
Lola Brooke. Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it.
100%.
That song came out in 2021, way before Munch even came out. And you already know TikTok made that song a viral sensation.
Right.
But Lola has been doing her thing years before that song even blew up.
And even if, right? Like, let's just say
Ice Spice was only doing her thing for 2 years before Munch blew up. So again, it's very short time, and like you said, the connections play a role in it.
Connections play a huge role, and also it's like a Drake. Drake is... he's very talented, but he's
Degrassi.
also very like fluid in like being relatable to different cultures. So like he could be black, he could fit in with the Spanish, he could fit in with the white. Like he's not too like he's fair skinned, and not to say that colorism is a thing.
It is a thing.
It's a huge thing, and it's messed up.
Like, let's be real.
And it's and you know what? You know, we ain't here,
especially in the music industry.
Absolutely. So it that also plays a part. I, however, don't want to take away Ice Spice's work, because at the end of
the day, I don't want to take away her work either. But let's be real. With this industry, you already know your look matters. Colorism always plays a part. You have to look good, you know, ass fat, all that. Like, you know what I mean? And she's like very fair skinned. Ice Spice is very light skinned. Again, that look. Annie.
I just feel like Taylor Swift.
Right. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Taylor Swift, we all know that was a whole marketing strategy.
Like, would that even be an opportunity if you were of darker skin color?
Exactly. No, because look, but this is the thing. Ice Spice was even invited to the Met Gala. No, because let's be real. You just came out and you're going to the Met Gala?
Yeah.
Not even Doechii was at the Met Gala. Not even Flo Milli was at the Met Gala. Not even Lola Brooke was at the Met Gala. And I'm just kind of like, you just came out.
Yeah.
There have been people that obviously have been fucking it up in the rap industry, in the game before you, but they're not getting all of the same love. They're not getting all of these, you know, experiences. You know, Beyonce's team reached out to you. I don't know if Beyonce's team reached out to Lola Brooke.
I think also it becomes a domino effect. After you see Nicki Minaj, Taylor Swift, was it Pink Pantheress?
Well, Pink Pantheress isn't that big.
But still, you saw how it got bigger and bigger artists. And now you hit Beyonce. So it's a Drake. You have all these popular people backing you up. I feel like at a certain point, it's just the other industry people, the higher ups like Beyonce, Drake. Drake was here. We'll get to the controversial part. But anyways, all those people are trying to ride the bandwagon because like you start to see, oh, this is a money opportunity. So I feel like there's a certain point where the domino effect just kind of takes on its own little momentum. But we're gonna take it back to the what is it, conspiracy part?
Okay.
Because they say, you know, we all know when Drake, before the song even came out, Drake slid into her DMs, which quote unquote was leaked. But like, really, you know, it was a marketing strategy.
Right.
It was meant to put out there to build up the hype for the song. But they say that when Drake flied her and her
producer her team out,
and then he unfollowed her the next day, and they say that he realized, because Drake has a whole team dedicated to finding new young artists that he wants to, you know, sign and whatever, and that apparently he unfollowed them because she was apparently signed already. And so that's where the industry plant conspiracy comes in, because it's like, you say you're self-made, but then you're secretly signed to this whole 10K's Productions or something like that, which I think 6ix9ine was signed. This other drill rapper was signed from New York, which is what starts the kind. That's why they say he might have unfollowed her. Yes. They said that's the reason why, because when she was interviewed and asked, why did Drake unfollow you the next day, she goes, I don't know, but it's all love. And it's like, she didn't give no information.
She also says a lot of nothing.
Yeah.
I feel like she was also media trained or something, because the way she answers those questions is as if it's like a politician answering the questions.
And it's very interesting. And this is, again, where the conspiracy comes, because it's like, you know, usually artists have a story. Well, she has no story.
There's that's a fact.
No story. We don't know anything about this girl. We were just forced to see this girl. Yeah.
I gotta contain my excitement, but that is a fact. We don't know shit about Ice Spice.
It's true.
We don't know nothing except for the fact that she's Dominican with a fat ass from the Bronx. Yeah. And her mom also got a fat ass. Like, we don't know nothing about you.
And she went to university.
Yo, and that's why I feel like a lot of people speculate that she is an industry plant. But however, when you look it up online, even though people give fake news nowadays, if you look up industry plants, there's a list that says known industry plants.
Yeah.
And she's on that list. Her name is on that list.
Really?
Yes, if you Google industry plants, and then there's literally a tab that says known industry plants, and her name is on the bottom of that list. And that's why I feel like, I wonder if this is fake news or if that's speculation.
Right.
But like the same way Chance the Rapper is on that list, she's on that list. Exactly.
I guess I have a chance.
I know you do, but she is on that list. And that's why I'm just kind of like,
I mean, look, there's a tweet that came out on April by Riot. I'm going to read it to you.
Okay.
He tweeted this on April 19th, 2023. He said, "Which Munchkin account or Barb account can I trust to distribute funds for y'all to buy Princess Diana?" So this was a rumor, and then this was instantly deleted, but people took a picture of it. But they're saying that he's trying to have, like, basically incentivize people to buy Princess Diana because Ice Spice is not as popular as it seems online.
wow.
I don't know how much of that is true.
And what was the date of that tweet? Was that the beginning of her career?
Of 2023. This was this year.
Oh.
This year.
Oh.
A couple months ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So again, Riot, here's how I see it. I think that Riot saw an opportunity to make a name for himself as a producer, finding somebody. He already had connections because of his dad. Right. His dad must have gotten in touch with whatever production, and they all must be getting a cut of this, making Ice Spice popular. Right. And so I feel like it's just all the way to keep them bread in their pockets. Yeah. But I don't necessarily know if she's an industry plant. And I think that's the question I'm trying to figure out. Is it suspicious? Absolutely. Right. But could it have been just a form of luck and all that luck?
I don't know if anyone is that lucky, Jesse. Like, I don't know if anyone is that lucky. Again, like you mentioned, there is connections involved.
Yeah, so and her dad is a rapper too.
Wow. See, we don't even know that. We don't know who Ice Spice is. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, her dad's a rapper. He was like an OG hip hop rapper.
So he's already has his own connections as well. And then this whole weird thing about like Drake unfollowing them the next day.
Yeah, that just one is like, because it's like
that's sus.
That's sus.
That's sus. And then this whole thing about him tweeting and then deleting the tweet.
Yeah, people like hit up. I forgot who they hit up.
This episode is hot. This episode is hot today.
They said director of Hot 100 will be notified. Like, the fans were screenshotting it and sending it to people. Like, they were...
Yo.
Yeah. It was like a big thing, I guess, on Twitter.
That's crazy.
Interesting stuff.
Very interesting stuff.
It just raises questions, you know? But it's true, like you said. I mean, is someone that lucky? I don't know. That's a good question to ask. And
I don't think someone's that lucky because there are other, like, amazing, talented female rappers that were out before her that didn't even receive the same love. And even Lola Brooke, her song Don't Play With It went viral on TikTok in 2021. Of course, she got her flowers. You know, she got signed. However, again, not the same amount of love that Ice Spice has got. Like, I'm sorry, you were invited to the Met Gala. Like, that's crazy. And performing with Taylor Swift.
I also feel like, you know, it's crazy because I feel like the only reason why she gets a lot more viewership is because she kind of brings the light of drill into like a softer realm, because it's not crazy. Like, Lola Brooks is pretty harsh and a little aggressive with her wording sometimes, and
hers is not really drill though.
No, it's not. I'm talking about lyrics wise, right? You know, like even when you listen to like stuff like Ice Spice's lyrics, it's nothing. It's very simple. It's very like, in my opinion,
what do you call those?
I would say PG-13. And I feel like because she looks PG-13, her lyrics are
so
PG-13.
Her with Pink Panthers was definitely a great idea, because Pink Panthers has that soft, cute side to it. And she also can embody that soft, cute, but, you know, not too much.
Exactly. So I feel like there was a lot of smart PR movements in her in her team, she has a great team. Honestly, that's really what it is. And I think that's heavily involved in her connections. And and is it luck? I don't know. And does it have to do with her father's connections? Maybe Riot's father's connections?
Right.
I don't know. They all saw an opportunity and they jumped on it.
But that makes me feel like even more reason to say that you're an industry plant now, because they saw you and was like, yo, she got the look. And I feel like that's the biggest thing in this music industry. As long as you have the look, they can work on everything else.
100%.
Because when she was rapping early in her career, there's literally a music video where how she sounds now, she does not sound like that when she first started. It sounded very like high pitched, very harsh, didn't sound monotone and like you're talking how she sounds right now. Like, you know, it sounded like think Young Miami, like how she has that high pitched tone. That's how she sounded early in her rapping career. So now it just makes me think early, like it was right 2 years ago. So like that's how she sounded, and it just makes me think if someone saw you, heard that she wanted to do music, heard you, and switched up your sound for you, made the beat,
but switched it up. They do anyways, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, isn't that what they do anyways to an artist? Like. So is it necessarily an industry plant? Like Chance the Rapper is 100% an industry plant because he said it from the beginning, I'm an independent artist. He claimed being independent. He claimed doing it on his own.
He did claim it.
Ice Spice ain't claiming
She's not saying nothing. She's just getting the bag.
That's it. That's it. She
just getting the bag. She don't care about none of you bitches. She don't care about none of y'all. She's just trying to get the bag.
And I was watching an interview where they were like, oh yeah, Ice Spice is, taking advantage of her fans or her not her fans, her popularity so much that each time venues were hit her up, she was raising it. She went from like 10 grand to 15 grand a performance. Like she was just, and she didn't care because it's like at the end of the day, by popular demand, you're gonna have to pay. And I feel like again, this goes back to her team being very, very, very smart with her opportunities and her bag. Like, I don't know, but I don't necessarily know if she's an industry plant. However, I can understand why people feel that way.
Yeah. Wow. That was a very deep dive. I guess we'll never know. Never know.
Or maybe one day we will. Like, we found out about Chance the Rapper years later.
I know. That was so sad, right?
It'd be nice to interview Ice Spice and get a little bit of a background.
It would be, but I feel like Ice Spice also was another one. She don't say nothing.
Yeah, well, you never know.
That's true. You never know.
You never know.
Never know.
Maybe the right interview.
Never know. I mean, you never know.
I mean, I don't know. I'm curious.
Gotta make her feel comfortable because I feel like a lot of these interviews that she be doing, they don't be making her feel comfortable. Like it just be very like straight face. Ice Spice. So interview. And it's like, bro,
interrogation almost.
Yeah, like it don't feel like okay. Let's pop a drink. Let's kick back. Let's kick back. Right. Like, I mean, I didn't really see her that comfortable. Only time I really seen her comfortable in any type of setting is when she was on Twitch with Kai Cenat.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Other than, because that was more laid back, more chill.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe it'll take the right interview. We'll never know.
Never know.
We'll never know.
I'm curious to know what you guys have to say
about Ice Spice.
About
all of it.
Judi
J, Natalie Nunn, Blac Chyna, aka Angela White.
Right. I'm very curious to know. Like, other people's opinions.
Right.
See what you guys got to say.
Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us?
Yeah.
Like, did you see something else? Did you see more tea? Let us know. Did we miss something?
Yeah, definitely.
And if you guys ever have a suggestion for something for us to talk about in a future or upcoming episodes, definitely hit us up. Let us know. And with that being said,
we appreciate you guys listening, taking the time. I don't know what y'all doing, cleaning your house, driving. That's my favorite time to listen to a podcast.
Exactly. Love to listen to podcasts while driving.
Definitely.
For sure.
So it's like, we appreciate your time spending with us. Yeah. We really are grateful.
And before we head out, I just want to give a disclaimer. Like, at the end of the day, like, all of these people are public figures. So, of course, we're going to talk about it. So, basically, we are simply talking about what we see in the media of these people. It's love at the end of the day. It's no hate. It's no shade. However, if you are looking salty, I'm going to say it. I mean, you know what I mean? We're here to deliver the real. We're not here to sugarcoat anything or be fake or anything like that. It's just whatever you display on the internet or on TV is what the public sees. And obviously, we are also putting ourselves on public display as well. So with whatever you guys do with that information, you do with it. So where you guys can follow us, I'm available on Instagram at randommania1. Jessie Strange, where can they find you?
You can find me at jessie.strange on Instagram.
And you can find the Petty Headquarters on Spotify and my YouTube channel at Petty Sim Productions.
Yeah.
And yeah, we release episodes every Tuesday at like 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, I mean, with that being said, this is your weekly dose of mess, and we are signing off.
Later.